Watch, I hear with this old man here. With this old man here. I don't know where is the problem. But you know this man here?
King of the road.
What king of our road? What king of our road is that? Talk on.
King of the Dan. The daddy of the Mac. You know what I'm saying? The daddy of the Mac. Mac daddy.
Now today, being the 26th of January 2024, we outside Bally's house here in Porter State. Now, I hear a little talk about it. Yeah. I hear Marsha talk about it. Yeah. I hear Lennox talk about it. And now today, we here at the Workers' Rights Platform is going to talk about this. What is this that you are seeing behind you here? What is that? Where did the PNM get the money to open something like this? And we hearing nothing from the contemporaries. We hearing nothing from no one that's saying anything about this. Where the money come from? If we had to talk about corruption, we had to talk about it from all different angles. Where did the money came from to get something like this? You see, the problem is this. When we are not asking the relevant questions as to what is taking place within our country, our government to do us anything. This year deserve answers. We need to know. You need to know. If it is the government and use government funds and do it, we need to know. When you see the government billing things like this, all kind of things, and our country is going through a particular state, we have to ask ourselves the question: what is wrong in our country? So without further ado, we are going into some clips in which, to show the abject poverty that is around Trinidad and Tobago and where the government priorities ought to be in this country. Now this year is Bally's house. We want to know where Kid Rowley, the government, the PNM party, get the money to build this. And why it is certain focus does not be placed in crime and criminality within Trinidad and Tobago. My name is Renaissance Jeffrey. This is the Workers' Rights Platform, and we promise to always bring the truth to you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago. That is why we're here today, and we are outside. We went by Holes and Associates. No, they didn't accept the package. But it's a good thing Kennedy make us come to Porter State. Thank you, M. My name is Renaissance Jeffrey. This is the Workers' Rights Platform. Like, share, and subscribe.
So why keep Christopher Rowley? King keep Christopher Rowley. Builds a castle for himself. The citizens sleeping on the streets. So why keep Christopher Rowley? King keep Christopher Rowley. Builds a castle for himself. The citizens sleeping on the streets.
So you have homeless people sleeping outside the bank in the night, and then you have pensioners lining up outside the bank during the day because their pension could only last them up until the third week in leave. But yet the finance minister is saying that pensioners have agreed to the increase in the electricity rates. And you have fools coming before you and telling you, Madam Speaker, I already have my bicycle, and my coal pot. You don't need to eat pie every day. You don't need to pie. Trinidadians need to sacrifice. You need to sacrifice so she could spend $60,000 on her phone bill. And this is the kind of representation that we are getting to. This is the kind of...
Look at it. Take a look at your taxpayers' money. In your face, an edifice of corruption. Over the next 10 days, on Doubles and Coffee, I'm going to show you when PNM turns wrong into right and how they do it in your face. They invite the media to this thing, share some shrimps and scotch, and make the media feel nice and comfortable so they don't ask questions. How could this be right when it is so wrong? Because the PNM is actually sharing pictures of just this part, this Balize house, and boasting that they're going to open it. When the real question is, what's that in the background there? That's part and parcel of your money. The Balize house. How was it funded? Who paid for it? On Saturday in Black Tie, you're going to see people who work and own Junior Sammy, Kusal, Calco, Earth Movers. All of these companies, I saw their trucks, their cement trucks, their trucks dropping off materials to this over the last 3.5, 4 years. These companies are all in receipt of lucrative contracts from the very PNM who own this Balize house monstrosity and edifice of corruption. To those companies, Junior Sammy, Calco, Earth Movers, Kusals, that I saw with my own eyes as my daughter played tennis right over here at Tranquility Courts. Y'all will be asked questions. Who paid? How much they paid? How you donated? You see, when you're in receipt of government largesse and you give donations, that is called kickback. That is called corruption. So there will be, when the government changes, an in-depth analysis and audit and investigation into this. So PNM, stop sharing a picture of just this, even though this is corrupt. Look at the monstrosity there. From 4 million, negative 4 million, Rowley said in 2012 when he became leader of the opposition of the PNM. From negative 4 million to 120 million in the black on top of operational expenses. First they say it's ticket from raffle.
And don't say, I didn't go to jail, I'm okay. Keep our system clean. Keep our system clean. How must our politics be if we're going to do that? First of all, they have to be honest. The politics have to be honest. The people have to be clean and honest also. If you are not honest, if you are not clean, if you have a black mark, whether people know it or not, please stay out of politics. And so we need honest politicians, and we also need voters who can tell the difference between people who are honest and people who are not. And I was very, very surprised yesterday that here on this spot yesterday to hear Dr. Chi Sun Juan say, reputation is temporary, but character is permanent. I agree. I think Dr. Chi has every reason to know that character is permanent, doesn't change. We cannot have corruption in Singapore. We cannot have wrongdoing in the government or in high places in Singapore. That's why we have the CPIB reporting to me as PM, and if I don't give approval to the CPIB to investigate somebody, the CPIB can go to the President and ask the President for approval. President says yes, CPIB can proceed against the PM. That's why we have the Auditor General's office, to keep the government straight, to keep our statutory board straight, and once in a while to find out whether the town councils are straight or not straight. These are the PAP standards, and these also have to be the opposition standards. Just because you don't wear white doesn't mean you shouldn't be white or needn't be white. That's what is different about Singapore. I can show it to other people. Can they do it? Not so easy. That's what we must always keep precious in Singapore. So maybe that is why when Mr. Lee Kuan Yew had his 90th birthday, we had a little celebration in Parliament. And he was too weak to make a speech, but he came, he joined us in the members' room. We made a birthday cake, we sang a song, blew the candles, and he made a small speech. He talked about only one thing. He said, remember, keep our system clean. And I should note that that was not just PAP MPs having a celebration. That was all of the MPs having a celebration, including the opposition MPs. So the PAP MPs took note of what he said. I hope the opposition MPs also took note of what he said. Keep our system clean. You may be running the government. You may be running a ministry. You can be in a stat board. You can be in a town council. Doesn't matter. Whatever level you are, uphold high standards, keep it clean. And don't say, I didn't go to jail, I'm okay.